Hi, welcome to EB1 NIW Guru. This is module number 1 and we are looking into the next video. I'm going to start talking about EB2. Most of you will end up applying for EB2 at some point of your life, and some of you may also apply for an EB1 after you apply for EB2. Some people go straight to EB1 and some people just can get their green card with just the EB2 itself because they're coming from either coming from countries other than India or China, or some other exception for some other countries where there is no backlog. Population is so less that there's not too many people waiting for green cards. Okay, so that's where you need to go into the travelstate.gov and look at your visa bulletin and figure out whether your country is one of the countries where there's a lot of backlog or not. So two kinds of application categories. Number one, advanced degree. So you can either finish your bachelor degree, BCom, BE, BTech, BSc, Bachelor of Arts, whatever. And then you should have 5 years of experience after that. That's absolutely required. And then you should have your master's degree. Or you can have your bachelor's and master's, and then you have 5 years of experience, and then you can apply, right? That's the first category, or a doctoral degree. And you have to have, again, two possibilities. You can either apply for the EB2 after labor certification or without labor certification. Labor certification is basically a document where the employer is saying, I have tried looking for Americans for this job. I'm not able to get anything, and I need a skilled worker, and this guy or this girl meets both criteria. That's why I need him, and therefore that's the labor certification process. And if that gets approved, which may take about 8 months or so sometimes, then you are able to have your employer apply for EB2. So that's number one. The other option, for example, say maybe a doctor who's coming, MBBS, they finished and they're coming to the US, they're starting residency, they're in their third year of residency. I don't know if you can qualify residency as work experience. You're just anyways 3 years into it, but then that is also your master's degree, if you want to call it that way. Your residency could be considered as your master's degree, but then you need to wait for 2 more years if you want to use that category. Therefore, doctors, probably it's easier to use the exceptional ability rather than the advanced degree, but you can talk to your attorney about it. You must be able to show exceptional ability in the science, art, or business. Means a degree of expertise significantly above that ordinarily encountered in the sciences, arts, or business. You must meet any requirements stated on the labor certification. So again, if you are applying for labor certification, then go through those criteria that are listed in the labor certificate. And then what kind of evidence can you show? Very important. I'm going to explain to you in more detail right now. Number one, academic record, the diploma, certificate, etc. And if you have any gold medals, etc., that'll be very useful from college or from your GPA scores, whatever you did. Entrance examinations, half-yearly examinations, anything that shows that you are an excellent student, okay, in your master's and in your bachelor's. So letters from current or former employers document at least 10 years of full-time experience in your occupation. Ooh, right? Now, so you can say, why is there a clash right there? So the advanced degree, at least 5 years, but for exceptional ability, 10 years of full-time experience in the occupation is just one of the criteria. So you don't have to have that criteria satisfied. You can choose one of those other 3 criterias and still get away with it, okay? License to practice your profession or certification for your profession. So medical license or engineer, whatever, you have a license in that particular company, say architect, and so on. So evidence that you have commanded a salary or remuneration for services that demonstrate your exceptional ability. And It's all about how you portray the fact that yes, I am getting a pretty high salary. It doesn't have to be actually a pretty high salary, but it's all about how you put it and compared with the other people in your peers. Membership in professional associations, not just paying money, but actually getting a membership like fellow in the College of Engineers or Arts. Um, Recognition of your achievements and significant contributions to your industry by your peers. So, for example, comments, as I said, by professors or other industrial companies about your product or about your publication, that'll be very useful. Email inbox of appreciation from your peers. Anything that you can brag about would be very useful here. And then labor certification. Um, so as I told you, you can either get away with labor certification when you ask your employer, can I apply for a national interest waiver? Which means, number one, the employer says, I don't have an American for this job. He has to prove that. Number two, and that he has tried immensely and he's not able to get an American to sign up for this job. He was advertised and so on. And number two is that he's able to pay for your salary. And then he says, well, either you stay with me for 5 years, a commitment for 5 years. That's one of the possibilities to get a national interest waiver. Basically, they're saying that I'm waiving the need for this labor certification requirement, which is going to take 6 months to get approval. And I'm going to apply straight for an EB2 for you if you commit with me for so many years. And there are certain criteria that you can look into under the national interest waiver document that will tell you what makes you qualified for that. For example, underserved areas and so on. But usually they have a commitment. So you can either apply for EB2 with a labor certification, or you can apply for an EB2 with a national interest waiver of the labor certification. Okay. So in one of these subsequent videos, I will be going in further detail, telling you what I did and showing you examples of all these criteria. Alrighty, stay tuned. You will get more and more and more, but I think you should take a break right now and start collecting what you have in your own portfolio. Why don't you put things together? Take a break for another few days. Because now you have enough information for me, and actually put to action some of these so that the next videos are useful. Just watching these videos back to back and not doing stuff might not really help. Okay, sorry to be so forthright, but we're here to help you, and I want you to put in action as you are noting down these things. Thank you.